They said the old Lincoln High School was nothing more than a forgotten building waiting for renovation, a relic from the 1950s with creaking floors, broken windows, and the sour smell of mildew that lingered in the halls. But when workers went down to the basement, they found something that made their stomachs twist: a door sealed behind concrete, a door no blueprint mentioned, a door colder than the foundation around it, as if it had been waiting in silence. The foreman wanted it bricked back up and ignored, but whispers began to spread after the first boy disappeared, a freshman named Tommy Hayes, last seen heading toward the basement stairwell. Then Rachel vanished after detention, followed by 2 more students within weeks. Parents panicked, police searched every corner, but there were no footprints, no signs of struggle, only the smell of rust and the echo of laughter from below. Students swore they heard voices calling their names near the basement, familiar voices that stopped them in their tracks, and even teachers began to feel uneasy, watching the lights flicker when they passed the stairwell. By the time the board ordered the door opened, fear had already settled over the school like a curse. And what lay beyond was not another storage room, not a forgotten hall, but a perfect replica of Lincoln High itself, only twisted. Its corridors stretched longer than they should, dripping with moisture. Lockers stood rusted shut, their metal bent outward as though something had tried to claw its way free. Classrooms reeked of mold, and chalkboards were filled with symbols no one could read, shapes that seemed to crawl when you stared too long. At first, rescuers thought the figures inside were mannequins, slouched at desks or leaning against lockers, until one of them turned its head. They were the missing children, or rather, copies of them. Their eyes hollow black pits, their smiles stretched unnaturally wide, their movements jerky but deliberate, like marionettes studying every living step. The rescuers fled, but in the twisting halls, they saw something worse: their own doubles waiting in the dark, grinning with silent patience, as if eager to take their place. Some workers came back screaming, swearing they saw shadows wearing their faces, while others never returned at all. But the ones who did return weren't the same. Their families noticed how they paused too long before answering questions, how their smiles lingered too long, how they stared at mirrors for hours as if waiting for someone inside to move. The school board resealed the basement and ordered silence, but silence never holds. Every few nights, janitors hear scratching from behind the concrete, the faint dragging of desks across rotting floors, and the muffled sound of children reciting lessons in perfect unison. They say if you press your ear close enough, you'll hear your own voice calling from the other side, begging to be let out. Some of the staff whisper that a few of the missing kids still wander the real halls today, their faces unchanged but their eyes too dark, their laughter just a little too rehearsed. No one knows how many doubles have already slipped out into the world, walking among us, smiling with borrowed faces. The school stands sealed, yet the air around it feels wrong, as if the mirror school is still breathing, still waiting, still hungry. And if you ever find yourself in an old hallway that stretches longer than it should, where the lights flicker and your own footsteps echo twice, don't follow the sound. Because the voice you hear calling your name might not belong to you at all.